All right, legends, this is Mr. Mays, and I wanted to take a moment and give you 6 questions here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these 6 problems go through a lot of the things we've gone over so far this first unit, okay? Equations, and variables and solutions and expressions. So this isn't everything, but I think this covers a lot of stuff we've gone over, and each question has a different thing that I want you to know. So I just wanted to take this as a moment for us to kind of circle back and look at some stuff we've done in the past and make sure we feel strongly, and we feel strong about it, like we're doing well. So let's look at this first one. We have this thing called x squared. Okay? And we don't know what x squared equals, but it looks like we're saying 1 of that x squared plus 3 of that x squared minus 2 of that x squared equals something. And we want to simplify. So really, it should say, and it will say for like algebra 1, it'll say simplify the following expression. So let's do that. Let's simplify. What you should be thinking here is just think about the number in front of x squared. 1 of them plus 3 of them minus 2 of them. These things called x squared. And you should remember that when you have a variable to a power, it's its own thing. X squared is not the same as x. It's not the same as x cubed. They're all different. So what I like to do is I like to add and subtract the values first, and then just put the x squared at the end. So 1 plus 3 is 4 minus 2, which equals 2. So it's 2 what? Well, it's 2x squareds. Okay. And the way to show this in steps would look like this. Let me use red to do that. X squared plus 3x squared minus 2x squared equals, I'm going to simplify, 1x squared plus 3x squared, that first part, is 4x squared, just like I did here, minus 2x squared equals 2x squared. Now, however is easiest for you to understand it, up to you. It's your brilliant mind, and you're the only one who understands it fully. But just be aware, that's how I would do it. So that's how we combine like terms. And remember, x squared is not the same as x. It's its own beautiful thing. So we'll need to work accordingly. Okay, let's take a look at this second problem here. 3x plus 7 equals 22. This is what we call a two-step equation. Why? Because there are 2 steps. So the first thing you should do is we're doing the opposite of PEMDAS when we're trying to take apart an equation. We're doing SADMEP, right? But in other words, what we're trying to do is start with add subtract. We want to get the x alone, this guy right here. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 7 from both sides to get rid of that 7, so x is closer to being alone. Now it's going to cancel here. 3x equals 22 minus 7. Okay, 22 minus 7, you can check on Desmos, or you can do it in your head, should give you 15. Now the next and final step is to get x alone for certain, and that is to divide by 3 on both sides. Right now, x is being multiplied by 3. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So what you should get is that x is equal to 15 over 3, which is simplified down to, and again, you can check this in Desmos, 5. Oop, that's the ugliest 5 I've ever written. Let's try and fix that. 5. So x equals 5, and those were my steps. Okay, let's try out this third one. Okay, once again, we have a situation. 2x over 3 minus 2 equals 0. Let's get rid of our add subtract first. Let's add 2 both sides. And that gives us 2x over 3 equals, this will cancel, 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now, I want to get rid of the denominator first. I think it's hideous. So remember, denominators are dividing. We're dividing x by 3, so the opposite of that will be multiplying x by 3 to cancel that out. But we'll do that on both sides. So now we have 2x, because that's what's left over here on the left, equals 2 times 3 is 6. Now our final step here is going to be to divide by 2 on both sides, again, to get that x alone. So it'll be x equals 6 over 2, which equals 3x equals 3. And hopefully those steps made good sense for you. Take a moment, check over them. Okay. Let's take a look at this one, number 4. Now this one's a little uglier, but this one is where we want to combine like terms. And the first thing we want to do is we want to get all the x's on one side and all the not x's on the other side. I'm going to start by subtracting 2x from both sides. That way, all my x's are hanging out in the same column. That cancels it here. 3x minus 2x is something. minus 4 equals 7. Now we have a simple equation on our hands. What do we do? Add 4 to both sides. The opposite of subtracting is adding. So x equals 7 plus 4, which is 11. So x equals 11. Beautiful. 2 more problems and we will have gone through these wonderful practices. So let's do it. Solve for a. And we have this equation where we don't know j and we don't know b, okay? But remember, it doesn't matter. So let's just do it like it's anything else. We're going to start by getting all the things that are not x away from x. Let's do add subtract first. Let's add 6 to both sides. Just add 6. J plus 6 is j plus 6, because I don't know who j is. Equals, this will cancel, a, b. Well, we want to get a alone, so the last step, as you know, is if a is times b, we want to divide by b. Divide by b. Therefore, a is equal to j plus 6 all over b. We circle it. That's our answer. We don't know what j equals. We don't know what b equals, so that is our final answer. And that's how we solve in terms of things. Okay, our final one. This one's complicated. It's ugly. Let's do it one step at a time. First things first. I want to crack the egg, right? I want to do distributive property. 3 times 2x is 6x. Plus 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 3x equals 7 plus 2x. Now, let's get all our things that are not x on one side and all our things that are x on the other side. I'm going to start by getting my x's over. This side I have 2 things with x. This side I only have 1. So I'm going to do minus 2x. Minus 2x from both sides. Now I have 6x, still plus 6, minus 3x, but minus 2x as well, equals 7. Now let's get the 6 over where it belongs, right? Minus 6, because we're doing plus 6 over here. Cancel that out. 6x minus, 3x minus 2x equals 7 minus 6 is 1. Notice how I'm bringing my values down where they belong. Now, these are all x's, so what am I going to do? Well, let's do it in purple. There's some purple. Purple is the best. Okay. This is 6 of something called x minus 3 of something called x minus 2. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So 1x is what I should have left over. 6x minus 3x minus 2x is just x, and that equals 1. And that is our answer. X equals 1. So you'll notice we did the distributive property, then we got all our x's on the same side, then we got all our values that were not x on the other side, then we simplified, and that gave us our answer. So today in these notes, we have combined like terms. We have done a 2-step equation. We've done a 3-step equation. We've gone and combined x's on one side and not x's on the other and solved. We've solved in terms of one variable, right? A equals when everything else has values or has variables. And then we have solved this complicated distributive property problem. Hopefully that was good. Take a quick look, go over it. I'm very proud of you. Keep it up. This is Mr. Mays signing off.